Power isn't just for kings and rulers. It's for anyone who knows how to use it. The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene is a masterclass in strategy, but today we're stripping it down to its essence. Here are 6 powerful laws, compressed, sharp, and straight to the point. Law number 1, never outshine the master. Make those above you feel superior. Avoid appearing too perfect. Nicolas Fouquet was a powerful and wealthy finance minister under King Louis XIV of France. He was smart, charming, and had many connections. But he made a big mistake. He tried too hard to impress the king. When Cardinal Mazarin, the king's top advisor, died in 1661, Fouquet wanted to take his place. But Louis XIV was young and wanted full control of his kingdom. He already saw Fouquet as a potential threat. To win the king's favor, Fouquet threw an extravagant party at his mansion, Vaux-le-Vicomte. The event was over the top. Luxurious food, entertainment, and even a special play by the famous writer Molière. Fouquet wanted to show his loyalty and wealth, hoping the king would be impressed. But instead of feeling honored, Louis XIV felt jealous and insecure. He realized that Fouquet was too powerful and might challenge his rule. A few weeks later, he had Fouquet arrested by D'Artagnan, the famous musketeer. Fouquet was accused of stealing money, put on trial, and sentenced to life in prison. Lesson from the story. Fouquet's mistake was making the king feel small. Instead of showing off, he should have made Louis XIV feel important and in control. The king learned from this too. He never let anyone outshine him again. To make sure he remained the most powerful figure in France, he built the massive Palace of Versailles, forcing all nobles to live under his watchful eye. Law number 2. Never put too much trust in friends, learn how to use enemies. Friends can betray, enemies can be more reliable if properly managed. In the 9th century, the Byzantine Empire was ruled by Emperor Michael III. Michael was young, reckless, and more interested in entertainment than governance. He enjoyed drinking, partying, and spending time with people who amused him. Among his favorite companions was a man named Basilius, who had come from humble beginnings. Basilius was once a poor, uneducated peasant from Macedonia. He worked as a stable boy, tending to horses. But he was ambitious, physically strong, and knew how to win people's trust. One day, Michael III met Basilius and was impressed by his strength and loyalty. He believed he had found a perfect companion who was devoted and unthreatening. Michael promoted Basilius, giving him money, land, and high-ranking positions. Eventually, Basilius became one of the most powerful men in the empire. The betrayal. As Basilius gained power, Michael still considered him a loyal friend. He never imagined that his trusted companion could turn against him. But Basilius, now rich and influential, no longer needed Michael. He saw an opportunity to take the throne for himself. One night, when Michael was drunk and unaware, Basilius arranged for his assassination. The very man whom Michael had lifted from poverty and trusted as a friend murdered him and became emperor. The lesson. Michael III's downfall teaches a crucial lesson. Friends are not always loyal when power is involved. When they gain enough strength, they may betray you because they no longer need you. Enemies, on the other hand, are more predictable. Since they have opposed you before, you know what they want and what they are capable of. A former enemy can be a better ally than a friend. An enemy who becomes your ally will often be more loyal because they feel they must prove their loyalty. Law number 3, conceal your intentions. Keep people off balance by not revealing your plans. Bismarck and the unification of Germany. A great example of this is Otto von Bismarck, the leader who united Germany in the 19th century. At the time, Germany was made up of many separate states, with Austria and France holding great influence over them. If Bismarck had openly stated that he wanted to make Germany a single, powerful empire under Prussian rule, Austria and France would have stopped him immediately. Instead, he played a clever game. He pretended to support Austria while secretly preparing to defeat them in war. When the time was right, he provoked Austria into attacking Prussia in 1866, crushed them quickly, and then offered peace to keep them from seeking revenge. With Austria out of the way, Bismarck turned to France. He tricked the French into starting a war in 1870 by leaking a message that made it seem like their emperor had been insulted. France declared war, but by then, Bismarck had already united the German states against them. After defeating France, He declared the creation of the German Empire in 1871, all according to his hidden plan. The lesson: if you want to achieve big things, do not reveal your plans too soon. Keep your true goals hidden, let people assume the wrong things, and when the moment is right, strike. The most powerful moves are the ones no one sees coming. Law number 4, always say less than necessary. Power comes from restraint. The more you speak, the more you reveal. Louis XIV, the silent king. Louis XIV ruled France for 72 years using silence as a tool. He rarely revealed his true thoughts, responding with short phrases like, "We shall see." His ministers were left uncertain, making them cautious and eager to please him. His restraint made him seem wiser and more powerful. Abraham Lincoln, master of measured speech. Lincoln believed in speaking carefully. He let rivals speak first, exposing their weaknesses, while his deliberate pauses made his words more impactful. His silence protected him from criticism and helped him gain trust during the Civil War. Napoleon Bonaparte, observing in silence. Napoleon allowed his generals to argue while he listened. By speaking last, he gathered insights and maintained control. His famous rule, never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake. Warren Buffett, strategic silence in business. Buffett rarely speaks about the stock market, making his words highly valued. He listens more in negotiations, forcing others to reveal their strategies first. Key lessons: silence creates mystery and power. Speaking less makes your words more valuable. Observing in silence reveals others' weaknesses. Mastering this law strengthens authority and respect in any situation. Law number 5, so much depends on reputation. Guard it with your life. Reputation is key. Defend and enhance it relentlessly. A strong reputation earns respect, while a damaged one makes you vulnerable. Protect it at all costs, and if necessary, weaken your rival's reputation before they attack yours. Historical examples: 1. Cesare Borgia's ruthless reputation. Borgia ruled through fear. He hired a cruel enforcer to punish corrupt officials, then publicly executed him to appear merciful. This made people fear betraying him. However, once his reputation weakened, his enemies struck, and he lost everything. Lesson: a strong reputation keeps enemies at bay, but once it weakens, you become vulnerable. 2. Galileo's reputation destroyed by the church. Galileo challenged the church with his discoveries. To silence him, they accused him of heresy, damaging his reputation so severely that his ideas took centuries to gain acceptance. Lesson: if others control your reputation, they control your power. 3. Napoleon's reputation. Won battles, Napoleon built an image of invincibility, making enemies surrender without a fight. However, after his failed Russian campaign, his reputation crumbled and he was defeated. Lesson: reputation can win battles, but once lost, it's hard to recover. Modern example: Elon Musk. Musk controls his public image through bold promises and social media. His visionary reputation attracts investors, but controversial statements sometimes harm his businesses. Lesson: reputation fuels success, but must be carefully managed. Key takeaways: build a strong reputation and defend it fiercely. Control your narrative before others do. A damaged reputation can ruin careers and businesses. In war, business, and life, perception is power. Law number 6, court attention at all costs. Visibility creates influence. Be noticed, but for the right reasons. Julius Caesar's bold strategy for attention. Before Julius Caesar became Rome's most powerful man, he was just another politician trying to rise through the ranks. But unlike others, he understood that visibility equals power. He threw extravagant public events like gladiator games and feasts, making Romans love him. He wrote detailed reports on his military victories, sending them to Rome so his name stayed on everyone's lips. His most famous move? He crossed the Rubicon River, defying Rome's laws and forcing the Senate to react. This bold action shocked the world and made him impossible to ignore. Even when people feared or criticized him, he remained at the center of attention, and that attention eventually made him ruler of Rome. How to apply this law in real life? Stand out, Do something bold and memorable. Control the narrative. Make sure people hear about your achievements. Use controversy carefully. Being talked about, even negatively, is often better than being ignored. Reinvent yourself. Keep evolving so people stay interested. In the game of power, it's better to be hated than forgotten. This is Find the Spot, your go-to channel for powerful book summaries, deep insights, and practical knowledge. We break down the best ideas in strategy, psychology, and success, so you can learn fast and apply even faster. If you found this valuable, hit like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more.